shirt is just one of the darker blue ones. No, everybody around us is lighter blue.
Your mic is on.
No, it's not.
Mine is. Mine is.
Ready?
Yeah, that's fine. We can start. And now, another exciting episode of As the River Churns. Are we live?
We're live, but
Or
Quite
are
like
we
that.
Memorex?
We're working on it.
we don't see a picture yet. We are live.
Uh-oh.
So maybe you can see us? Maybe you can't?
No, I don't think they can see us because I
Not-
think we
not
can see it on the
sure.
screen, so they can
Okay.
hear us.
Okay. Oh,
Well, some people have told me that was better anyway for me.
we do have a picture out here now, Michelle, so
That's not the.
Better heard than not seen.
All right. Well, we're working on it so that you can see us.
Say, how many shows have we done so far?
Oh.
We're live now. They can see us.
we are live.
Now they're saying, we wish you couldn't see us.
You know,
This is a special day, right? A special day, our 100th anniversary.
I know.
show. Our 100th.
It's amazing. And
Seems more like 200.
can you have like a special hat over your head?
I do.
That's interesting.
That's my Cinco de
So-
Mayo hat.
Ooh.
That's in honor of your cousin that's coming out today, right?
It is. Bubba Bob is going to be here.
Bubba Bob.
Bubba Bob.
I couldn't remember who it was.
I don't know how we couldn't
You knew
remember.
that Bob was the middle name.
Well, I knew Bob was
Yes.
part of it somewhere. I just couldn't remember what. So, yeah, and we have a studio audience.
We
in front of us.
do. Yep, very special
There
today.
is
We have
five very special.
5 people.
Well, I'm sorry, we got 6. 'Cause
Oh.
You know that old story about how the Mexicans always bought their mayonnaise from New England. It was coming over on a ship, 100 big barrels of it, and it sank. And the reason we have this holiday is because it was to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Yep.
The studio audience is
Oh,
laughing.
boy.
That's good.
Okay.
There we go. One that's up next.
Cinco de Mayo.
Now, this isn't what it's going to be like tonight, though, right? Because your cousin is funnier,
Oh, I don't know about
right?
that.
No, he didn't say that. He said his
Oh.
cousin was just not as smart.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, maybe we should apologize in advance for everybody that bought tickets, because we're not sure.
He could only count to 20 up until a few weeks ago, but
Oh,
I was
boy.
having him take tutoring.
Well, the good news is that Lisa and I are both going to be up on stage at different
Oh,
times
good.
to
We're
help
gonna
out with
assist.
that,
That's good.
so.
That's
And
good.
we have the ball verifiers. We got Tim Webster and Julia Hanover coming from our corporate offices.
So we
yeah.
should be safe.
So we'll be okay.
Okay.
There's a lot of accountant type people
You'll
up there.
you'll have to do a
Bubba
little
Bob.
more parenting, I think, mentoring of Bubba Bob.
Oh.
Well, that should be fun.
But he has a good-looking mullet. I got to say that.
Really?
Yeah. mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
I used to love a mullet. I mean, I wore a mullet for many years until it was, even when it went out of style, I was still wearing it.
Yep.
so.
Yep. Back in 2015, I remember that.
No, my hair wasn't that long enough at that time.
They're coming back, I hear.
Really?
Everything eventually cycles back, so it
Yes.
doesn't surprise me.
I haven't seen the bell bottoms though.
I am not ready for bell bottoms
yes.
or mullets
Bell
to
bottoms?
recycle.
There was a time with that again.
Well, yeah, that was
so-
back in the 70s, but I'm talking.
Well, no, there was again another time with that.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, our 100th show. So we
Yes.
have some exciting stuff today,
We
right?
do, we do.
We do.
So first thing, I want to recognize Bob Bell. And a lot of folks may not know what Bob Bell has done over the last year plus. He has taped every one of our shows for us. In his home, he's recorded us
Yeah.
on a DVD, and so we actually have that, and then he brings it down to Michelle, who then uploads it onto YouTube. So he's been an integral part of making this whole process work.
So he can say he's honestly seen all 100 episodes.
He has.
Poor
He
Bob.
has. I know.
Poor Bob. He deserves a special award for
We
that.
should give
That's
them-
explaining some things to me.
Yes.
Sorry, Bob. Sorry you had to endure that.
He's earned a bottle of wine, I think.
Yeah,
I think we
sure.
do need to give him something,
Yeah.
so,
We'll do something. for
yeah,
you.
Because you could
absolutely.
think of our shows as a giant trivia contest.
You could.
All right, well, Lisa, I think before we get into some remembrances of some of the earlier shows,
Right.
we've got some business to take care of,
We
right?
do, we do.
So, you know, I was kind of hoping that maybe I was going to find out today, because I still don't know who has been responsible
For all the pigs.
Yes,
And I think they said they would unveil themselves today.
yeah,
So it could be someone in our audience, we just don't know it yet,
okay.
right?
Yeah, well,
So
okay, I'm looking at the audience, I'm not so sure, but.
let's see. Michelle, can I get a handheld microphone? So I'm going to go down below here and see if anybody will come forward
Yeah.
to unveil themselves. And they might want to share why they did this. Because we're not quite sure, right?
So you told me
Yes.
that you didn't know anything about this, and now I am starting to suspect that you knew everything about this.
You can ask this person. I did not know. I literally did not know.
Did not know.
I really didn't.
This has been the best kept secret
It has.
ever, because I have tried my best to
We both have, trying to
try and
figure out.
who has been responsible.
There's
for
not going to be
this.
too much unveiling, is there? I mean, this is a PG show.
It is a PG show. Okay,
Good, I
so I'm
feel
going to
better.
come down here and see,
And they're going to follow you with a camera, too.
and going to see if anybody will come forward to admit that they were the gifter.
I got an idea. Let's sing several stanzas of Just As I Am. We'll get some people to come on up to the front. Come on down. The buses will wait
Come
for
on,
you.
come on down. Come on down.
I don't see anybody moving, Lisa.
Oh,
No way.
Look at this.
No way.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So.
Oh, she's coming up on stage. I love it.
Did you work for the CIA?
No, I didn't.
Well, I mean, she's been pretty covert.
So you have been the one responsible for this?
Yes. And I apologize, I didn't mean to offend anybody.
Oh, you didn't offend anybody.
It started off with a group of us would eat in the dining room, and everybody would jockey around to see they wouldn't have to look at that old black pig. So we almost tripped each other getting on to the backside. So I decided, well, I'm gonna give him enough pigs so he'll get sick of them and take that picture down.
I think that's a clever strategy.
I think it's a
It
very
is
clever
ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, one eye is slanted, and he looks like he's gonna charge. I looked for a pot-bellied real one to bring you, but I couldn't afford it.
Well, funny story is that our front desk receptionist has a pet pot-bellied pig.
Oh,
And so I was really convinced that maybe she was the one behind this, because I thought she was going to bring that live pig here
We
today. And I
did.
said, no, we'd have to cover the entire carpet.
thought
the
it could
stage,
happen
everything
today.
else at this point.
yeah, I thought that would be dangerous. So.
Yeah, I probably would. Either that, or we'd be afraid that we might actually accidentally eat it, or
Yeah.
something like that.
So when you were picking these out, did you call it a pig picking? I mean, was that the idea?
No, I just
Here, lift up your
when I saw a cute pig, I got it.
Well, you've been making some bacon, I can tell you that.
Well, this has been awesome. I mean, I just think it is just so cool that, and usually there aren't a lot of things to get by me here because I have my spies, but
That's
my
right.
spies were not helping me with this, and I never figured out who it was.
Lisa did not know until today.
Okay,
I
all
did
right,
not
you're off the
know.
hook, Lisa, because the way she made it sounded
I
like
didn't.
she knew all along.
No.
And I kept saying, Lisa, you know who it is.
I
You
know, and I
who it is."
didn't. Only one person here knew, right, Ms. Fry?
Yep.
So, and that was it.
And that was her chaplain, of course. I'm sworn to confidentiality.
Oh,
Everybody here's praising.
She's a prophet, too.
So, Ms. Fry, I think while you're up here, which I think is very opportune time here, so you need to tell everybody what you said to us when you found out we were moving temporarily into the apartment across from yours.
Right across the hall from me, the whole neighborhood went to hell in 20 minutes. I applied for reduction in rent, but I didn't get it.
Some people just bring the value of your home down.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It decreased 50%.
Oh,
Well, I just want to say personally, thank you. Thank you for bringing this element of joy and,
Yes.
and wonder and mystery to our show. And it's probably the reason why we still have viewers, is because they're all been wanting to know who's bringing the pigs to us. So thank you, Ms. Fry. I appreciate that.
oh.
Let's give her a hand. What do you say? That was awesome.
Thank you.
So do you want the pigs back?
No.
Oh.
So you know what, Ms. Fry, in your honor, I'm going to build a shelf next to the pig picture, and we're going to display all these up there for you.
Oh, no.
In case you didn't hear her, she said you might want to do that because that way we could see what a cute pig looks like. That's what
Yep.
she said. So.
There's some cuties up there.
Yes, there are. There's a lot of really great pigs up here. So, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
neat. And on our 100th episode, we get
I
to find
know.
out. This is so
This is
exciting.
awesome.
Yes.
So I guess this means no more pigs. It's
No more
probably,
pigs.
this was probably
Yes.
it. No more
Although-
pigs.
Although, I will tell you, Ms. Fry, unbeknownst to you, somebody else has joined in the fun. So I got another pig, and it's a
piggy
piggy
bank.
and I got a note with it. So talk about adding confusion, right?
Okay,
Because the
okay.
last one I had from you said this was going to be the last one. So I was like, what happened? How did this? So this is the note I had with it. It says, "We have been faithful watchers of As the River Churns, except, of course, the 2 or 3 dozen times we spent those afternoons in a doctor's office. It just seemed that every time we were home and able to watch As the River Churns, we could hear crying somewhere in our apartment. We really didn't think you guys were that bad to cause someone to cry over the programs. This past Tuesday, we finally found the source. It was our piggy bank. And he was feeling so very sad that he could not join the other pigs on this desk. So we decided that we should allow him to join all the other pigs, but he did make one request, that his insides be donated to the meal packaging event. So isn't that pretty cool? So, see what you started, Ms. Fry? This is awesome.
Look at that. Very cool.
Very cool.
Now,
Yeah.
piggy bank, how do you know it's not a piggy maraca? Because it kind of sounds like a maraca. I mean, it's the theme and everything.
That's pretty full, too.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, this'll buy a
So
lot of
thank
milk.
you to whoever that is. I don't
Thank
know
you
if
very
they
much.
will
That's pretty cool. We don't know.
share
if
who they
we'll
are.
have an unveiling at the 200 show.
Oh,
no, I'm
Please
kidding.
tell me
I'm
there's
kidding.
Oh.
No, I'm
not
kidding.
200.
We won't get to 200, I promise.
No, I don't think we will.
Okay.
Very
well, This has
good.
been fun.
Very good.
So,
Yes,
all right. So we do have a trivia question.
we
today.
do, and this is a special one today with a really special prize.
Yeah.
Okay, and the prize today has been donated by Tom Smith.
Wow.
Okay? So,
And it's not a pig.
It's not a pig. He has donated one of his reverse raffle tickets.
Wow.
So this potentially could be a $3,000 prize.
Yes.
Wow.
So this is big.
Yes.
That doesn't sound trivial to me.
No, not at all. And the lucky winner will win number 63. That's the ticket number, okay? So we're going to put your name attached to that, whoever wins this.
Okay.
So of course, I thought it'd be fitting today to have the trivia question related to a raffle, right?
Yes.
Since we're having a raffle tonight.
And we're going to take the 63rd caller.
I don't think Michelle can handle that today. Oh, okay, somebody said she can, but I don't believe she can.
We don't have enough time.
It's been a long day. No,
No,
not enough time.
We'll do the first caller.
Okay, first caller, here's the question. Well, first let me give you the number to call her on today. She has a different number for just today only. 336-209-3504.
better
So I'm
do
going to
that one
repeat
again.
that again.
Yes.
This is a number just for today. She's borrowed somebody's phone, so.
It's Destiny. So
It's-
if you ever want to get hold of Destiny, that's, oh, it's, I
It
wasn't
is
supposed
not
to say that. I'm
Destiny's.
sorry.
Okay, 336-209-3504. That's the number you're gonna call Michelle at today. So here's the question. What year did the first raffle take place in the United States?
Wow.
What year did the first raffle take place in the United States?
And it wasn't 2020.
It was not. It was not.
Okay, that's
The
a
number,
tough one.
336-209-3504.
Oh, okay.
The line is open.
Should we give a hint?
No,
Why?
because this one's easy.
Well,
So-
you
but
think it's
sometime
Look
easy?
at, look at, she's already running out the door.
Sometime after 1776.
All I was
That's all
gonna
I'm
say,
saying.
all I was gonna say is it took place in Virginia.
Just stop. Don't give any
Hey,
more.
I'm donating the prize. I can wing it if I want to.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
And Ken was not right with what he said.
Why no? That's why I thought he threw it off. I had to bring it back.
So don't listen to Ken.
All right.
He wasn't right on that.
All right.
So
Does anybody in the audience know what year it was?
I bet Carrie does. Oh,
No? Okay. All right.
okay.
Okay, so, Lisa, Lisa and I were walking down for the show today, and it's about 2 minutes to 3, which is kind of typical for us anymore, but I said, Lisa, I didn't do any statistics today.
And I heard people cheer.
Yes.
So I think we were okay.
So there's a couple, do we have a winner? We got a winner
We
already.
have a
okay.
winner. Very good.
So a couple of things that I do have, I pulled up the website that I normally use, and just a couple interesting things, I think. We are approaching 1 million cases of positive cases in North Carolina, believe it or not. We're at 976,768. But we've done over 12.5 million tests, completed tests, since the beginning of COVID.
Wow.
Our hospitalization rate is at 1,000 today, which is good. That's been nice and low. And you know, Guilford County, we track Guilford County every week because depending on the positivity rate percentage for Guilford County, it tells us how often we have to test our staff on the healthcare center side. Unfortunately with Easter, Guilford County was going up, as most of the counties were, and we went all the way up to 7-point-some%. And then last week it was 7.3, and then this week it's gone back down to 5.9%. So that's good. When the magic number there is to get below 5%, because if we can get below 5%, we really only have to test our staff once a month as opposed to once a week, and that's a huge deal for us. First of all, it's costly, but second of all, it's a ton of time to do the testing for our staff. I will also mention another real positive is that the state of North Carolina came out and told us this week that staff members on our healthcare center side who have been vaccinated do not have to be tested at all. So that's really good for two reasons. One is normally we test about 77 roughly employees on a weekly basis. So this week, we only tested 41, so it's 77 to 41. That's a huge drop for us, which is great. And out of that 41 that were tested, they now know that if they get their vaccinations, they can avoid getting tested. So we had several staff members say, hey, when's the next time we're doing vaccinations?
I'm
wanna
ready
get
now.
Vaccinated. So,
Yep.
so that's going to be a real positive as well. So I think the hope is that eventually, and you know, eventually it's going to be required. Hospitals are going to require it at some point, and that'll filter down to us. But you know, this is all good news. This is all helping us. But one last thing I'll share, and it's not part of the statistics, is one of our sister communities this week, just to show you it's still out there. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it's still out there. COVID is still out there. One of our sister communities had a staff member that was sick all last week, and they thought it was something else, and it was not something else. They were positive for COVID. I'm pretty sure they were unvaccinated. And this particular person was in communication and around residents from all levels of care and was with staff members from all levels of care. So, you know, they're going through that process now of determining, okay, who's been vaccinated, who hasn't, who do we have to quarantine, who do we not have to quarantine, and it's a mess. And, you know, they're gonna have to work their way through it. And I really hope that we don't have to go through that here. You know, we had a good many of our staff members get vaccinated first time around. We keep pushing that, and so our percentages keep going up as far as vaccinated staff members. But we're going to just keep at it, and we'll hopefully we can avoid that scenario here. But that person shouldn't have been in the community. If they were feeling sick, you know, we still screen our staff members and tell them if they're not feeling well, do not come into the community. So we just need to make sure we keep pushing that message along. And same thing with the residents. Even though almost all the residents have been vaccinated, if you're not feeling well, please don't come out of your home. You know, don't chance it by interacting with other residents. I mean, yes, the likelihood with all of us being vaccinated, all the residents being vaccinated, the likelihood of you getting something serious enough that would put you in the hospital is, you know, next to none. Hopefully, that's the idea of getting vaccinated. But, you know, we know it's 95%. So that means 5% of our residents, even though they're vaccinated, could still have some symptoms from COVID. Hopefully, though, the idea behind that, again, is to keep them out of the emergency rooms, keep them out of the hospitals. And we're seeing that that's playing out all across the country. So that's good. But I bring that up only because, you know, I get tired of doing the COVID statistics as well. So I'd rather not be talking about that. I'd rather be getting rid of these things too. I know you all are ready to get rid of them. And believe me, we're right there with you. We want to get rid of them just as fast as you all do.
Yep.
So
I'm thinking about making a swimsuit out of mine.
well, I
Oh
hope
my
you have about
gosh.
50 of them that you're going to tie together to do that with.
Okay, everybody's covering their eyes right now, Ken. I'm sorry.
I thought it was your cousin.
Not now.
I thought it was your cousin that was going to do that, not you.
Oh,
Okay, enough of the statistics.
okay.
But that was, you know, it was a little bit of a reality check today
Yes,
for me.
yeah,
So,
absolutely. Just a reminder, it's
yeah,
still
it's a
out there,
reminder.
so.
That's right.
Okay, since our last show, the governor came on and spoke again, and because of what he said, we have increased numbers in our activities, so that
Yes.
was good.
Right.
Went to 100
We
people.
went from 50 to 51, right? Is that what it was?
50 to 100,
50
and 100 to 200 for outdoor events, so that was good.
Yes.
The mask still required indoors. I know, we're all saying boo, we don't like it, none of us like it, but he did not remove that restriction.
Except when you're eating, you know, and you don't have to wear your mask while you're eating, so.
Right. Governor announced that he'd be willing to make some more changes June 1st, but he's really pushing the vaccinations. So any of your friends, family, anybody that you can encourage to get a vaccine, it's a big campaign out there right now. He'd like to see us at 2/3,
Yeah.
and I just don't know. It's hard to say where we'll be
Yeah, so
by
I
then.
know with first doses, as a state, we're over 50%. So, but I think we've also kind of run the course of those that were all willing to get their vaccinations. And then
Sure.
now it's trying to encourage the ones that were either timid or
Right.
not really wanting to get it. We need to try and get 16% of them to be able to do it, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Also talked about not having to wear a mask when you're outside.
Yes.
So that was the other thing that came from CDC and the governor on that, of it was safe to do that if you were outside.
But wouldn't it be nice, June 1st?
If you're vaccinated.
He would just take away all the restrictions.
I
mean,
know.
That's what we're all hoping for, right?
Yep,
So.
absolutely. Okay, big thing tonight, reverse raffle.
Woo-hoo!
So it's very exciting.
Yes.
We have sold all of our tickets,
Yeah,
so that was very, very positive.
yeah. We weren't sure of that a few days ago, were we?
We weren't. We were down to the last day where we still had about 18 tickets left, and Michelle made a push and with our staff and on Care Merge, and we sold out right away this morning. So we had all the tickets gone.
Yep.
So that was great. And all the proceeds tonight, of course, you all know that goes to our meal packaging events.
That's right.
So it's for a good cause, so thank you all for helping support that. And as a reminder tonight, we do have the cash bar, so if you want to bring some cash with you, and we also have another little special game we play,
Heads and tails.
heads and tails.
and
So you
tails.
want to
Bring
bring a dollar
dollars.
bill,
Bring your dollar bill.
yep, so
Yes.
that's always fun too,
That's a fun game.
yep.
Yeah.
Heads and tails. Okay, renovation update. So if you were in this room right now, you could hear that they're actively working on the balcony. There is a little bit of a hum right now and a little bit of a drill going on. So that's going very well right now. Also over in the water's edge, we have an area that's been sectioned off
Yeah.
where they're putting in the spurs and getting still some of that preliminary work on that side.
That's right.
Getting that ready to be able to work up above. So all that's going well.
Yeah.
Any updates that,
Yeah, so they're still on schedule, they think, to be completed by Thanksgiving. So
Okay.
that's really
Good.
good news, because I really thought it was going to be next calendar year before they got done. And so the spurs that they're doing have apparently helped their scheduling to a point where they expect now that they can be done by Thanksgiving. Wouldn't it be nice
That's
to
great.
be, like, and by Thanksgiving, we should be done with every little bit that we got left. The healthcare renovation's going to be done next month.
right?
Thank goodness we'll be done with that. The parking lot and Scooters building is gonna be done by Thanksgiving. And then we've got the Glen Eagles project that we're doing, the refresh of the corridors and all, and that's gonna be done by the summer. So by Thanksgiving,
We should be looking
we
pretty
should be
good.
done. I mean, we
Right.
should be done with any kind of renovation or whatever. So just the normal stuff at that point
Right, right.
afterwards. So I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm really excited
We're ready,
about that.
yes.
We've been in renovation, construction mode for, feels like 5 years now, and
Yeah.
just,
Be nice to get the fences down and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. And
Yeah, and the fences out in the front, in the parking lot where the healthcare renovation, they're gonna start pulling those down in the next 2 weeks. So we're gonna get that whole parking lot back eventually here, which is gonna be great to have that too, so. Yeah, it'd just be good. And I mentioned this to, the council yesterday, that, once, it probably won't happen until next spring now, but once we get all of the construction trucks and renovation and all that done, we're gonna probably go back and do some asphalt work on some of the areas that I know we've got some bad areas, and we're probably gonna just top off the asphalt again to kind of make things look new and fresh again and reline the parking lots. And that was a little bit of a fun little thing we did it when we did it about 6 or 7
Yeah.
years ago.
I was
but-
in resident services at the time.
Yeah.
And trying to orchestrate everybody to move their vehicle out of the front parking lot. It was not fun.
No, that was.
But that's Cindy's job now. So,
You're not as worried about
so
it
that's
now.
okay. Yep, let's go for it.
She's got Destiny and Brian to help her. so
That's
she's
right.
good,
So
right?
we're all good. We're all good.
But yeah, that'll be good, because I think, we need to kind of have that nice little fresh look again. And so I'm excited about getting that done too, so.
And a couple of the things I put under renovations, we are looking at replacing our bistro chairs.
Yes.
So I do have a sample that I'm going to put down in the bistro area for you all to take a look at it, try it out. We had resident council yesterday, have a seat in it and try it out. They all liked it, so that was good. Don't worry about the color that you see. It's not the color. I want you just to take a look at the style of it and see that it sits right. So that will be out hopefully beginning of the week,
Well,
unless I can get it out by
Lisa,
Friday.
Just another
So-
note about that, we've had troubles with the bistro chairs, because we usually get a wood type chair for in there, and they wipe them down continuously, and.
Takes the stain off.
And the chairs look terrible after.
And they're very
years of
heavy
use.
too.
Yeah.
So we've had complaints
So we're
about
gonna
that,
go
that
with
they're
a
very heavy.
different type of chair.
We
for
are.
the bistro that can be wiped down without it taking the finish
Right.
off of the wood.
But
and
still
so-
looks very attractive.
Yeah,
So
I
it
think
accomplishes
it's gonna work
both.
much better, get some longevity out of these chairs, because folks, these chairs are really expensive, and you're not picking these up for $50 or $75 a piece. I can
No,
tell you that.
no.
These are several $100
Mm-hmm.
chairs, and so when you start throwing away after a couple years of use, to me that's just a waste.
Right,
We just need
absolutely.
to rethink that. So
Yeah, for sure. Also, most of the stop signs have been replaced outside, so hopefully you all have seen that.
we're hoping that people are going to see them now, so that they actually will stop.
We did have a
I thought
comment
you,
of
I thought
that.
you might replace them with yield signs.
Well, we
Oh,
maybe
because
just
then they
should
would-
have, right?
Then they might stop.
I don't know, but most of them have replaced. We still have a couple more to do. We are also working on updating all of our outdoor directional signage, so be watching for that over the next couple months
Yeah.
as well.
'Cause we
Now
really
that
wanna
we've added
confuse
new
you.
areas.
We really want to confuse you, so we're going to put new signage out, and then that
Yep.
way people will know.
Yep.
Fortunately for our residents, they should all know where they're going now. I
They
can't
should.
imagine that that's going
But
to be.
as we get more visitors coming in and all of that, I think it will be
Yeah.
helpful. So we're working on that. Wellness Week, it was a great week.
Yeah, it
So all we had was a lot of good compliments on that. Whitney and her team did a great job. The blood drive, 33 pints of productive units were collected.
When Cindy was reporting to our team that we had how many units it was, she said 33 quarts, and we said, oh my gosh, our residents aren't going to be standing. They have to give a quart of blood instead of a pint of blood.
That'd be quite a bit. So it is pint.
You know, when you're a
it's
quart low,
unit.
you got to pull in and get refilled.
That's for sure, that's for sure. So that was successful, that was more than what they even anticipated
That's great.
from our community, so that was great. We also had a very successful meal packaging event on the
Yes.
Friday.
Yeah, it was
We
great.
had it was great to see so many new folks there.
Yeah.
So thank you all for coming out and helping support that. We packaged 50,000 meals by 12:15.
Yeah.
So we
And we even
we
took a
did
break
great.
between the first session and the second one to restock.
Yes, we did,
So,
we did.
yeah, that was a little teaser for the one that we do in September when we do 150,000.
150,
Yeah,
right. So
so-
this was a warm-up one, but we can do it.
But I was
We
really
can do it.
encouraged because at the second session, I asked for the hands of those that this was the first
Right.
time they had done it. And gosh, by half the room put their
I
hands
think it
up. It was
was.
amazing. And I asked them to keep their hands up if they were willing to come back in September and do it. And I
think
don't
they
think a
all
single
kept their
person lowered
hands
their
up.
hands.
Yep.
So
Yep, so that
just,
was
that was
great.
a feel-good event.
Yes.
That's what I
Yep.
like about that.
Just
And all
your-
those meals stayed local.
They
here,
did,
so.
they did. It just reminded us of why we do things like
Yeah.
that, too. It just was such a good community event.
That is one of my
and
favorite things to
Helping
do.
others, and that's who we are,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Okay,
And as long as nobody gets hurt during the packaging event, that's a big thing, right?
if you do get hurt during the packaging event, the best thing is just to leave the room and don't report it to anybody. Right
So
here,
somebody
right here.
had a little accident with the X-Acto knife, and I don't know who it was. I'll just kind of, just mention it, that somebody had a little bit of an issue
Yep,
with the X-Acto.
so,
And they were brand-new X-Acto knives. I mean, they were
Oof,
very sharp,
oof.
and they
yeah,
they
not
cut very
good.
well. I will say, they cut very well. I noticed that.
It was a clean cut.
Yeah,
That's
hence,
what you're saying.
hence the name, Exacto.
I think that person was yelling X-Acto when it happened, so.
Or something.
Oh, and we have a safety challenge here at River Landing for our employees, so we preach and preach and preach safety, because we want all of our people to be safe, because if they're safe, they can be here to take care of you all.
Absolutely, yes.
We need
So-
those rounded Exacto knives that are rounded like
Well,
the scissors,
like the
remember in the first
kid-proof
grade?
ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we'll invest in that next time, but
Yes. Good idea.
But
Good
fortunately,
ideas. These are all
Tom is
really good ideas.
fine.
Really good ideas.
Tom is fine, so we didn't have to report it anywhere. We're all good, so. Oh. Another great thing happening, the employee scholarship applications went out to our employees this week, so they could start filling those out. So I just want to encourage you all, when you're talking to our employees here and you know someone's going off to school, encourage them to fill out an application for a scholarship.
Absolutely.
This is one of the greatest things we do here, offering to our employees to be able to better themselves and further their education. So just encourage them to fill out that scholarship application.
And I think at a future show, we talked about having like Jim Mabry or a couple
Yep.
of folks that are involved more
On the
heavily
committee.
in the
Right,
scholarship
right.
committee to come on the show and talk about it a little
Yep,
bit. So,
absolutely.
because that's a pretty cool process.
It
that
is,
they
it
go through
is,
for that.
yep. I have a FURL update for everyone. That's Free University of River Landing.
Ooh, good job.
Friday, May 7th at 3 o'clock on 1390, a River Landing conversation with Jack Berry, engineer and Celtic mythology. On Friday, May 14th at 3 p.m. on 1390, a River Landing conversation with Mary Adamson, pioneering chemical scientist. So both those will be great talks. There is also still time to sign up in the main lobby for the final 2 FURL courses for this spring. The first one is Yikes, It's the Bike. It's not about the bike, or is it? Steve Edwards is leading this great course in 3 sessions on the history of the bicycle and featuring the 3 most famous bike races, the Tours of France, Italy, and Spain. That's Thursday, May 13th, 20th, and 27th, 3 p.m. in the Wellness Center classroom. The next one is Environmental Crime in the United States, and that one is Tom Burleson will give this exceptional presentation at 2 p.m. Monday, May 17th in the NPR. It will also be broadcast live on 1390.
Very good.
So, great programs through
Yeah.
Furl, so thank you all for
That
supporting that
committee's
too.
doing a great job of bringing
Oh,
programs to
that's,
the residents.
yep,
It's-
amazing.
You know, originally we were gonna call that the Home University of River Landing, but the acronym was gonna be HURL. And we didn't think that was gonna work very well.
I think you're right on that. It wouldn't have worked well. Jim Kalacki's gonna come after you now, just so you know.
Yeah, FURL sounds a lot better.
Jim, I had nothing to do with this one.
Jim, if you
So,
want to, you could take it on his cousin, because you're gonna see him tonight.
Yep, yep. Okay, so before we get to some remembrances, we have a few questions.
Yeah, we do have a couple questions.
Yep, so we do need to get through those. The first one, is resident council like a homeowners association? If I have a concern, should I find a resident council member and have them bring it to the monthly meeting? I thought that was a great question. You know, we have a lot of new residents here too
Yeah.
that may not understand the role of a resident council member.
Right. Yeah, so the resident council is really more of an advisory board. It's not like a homeowners association.
Right.
So, you know, we have a great administration team here. If you have questions or you have concerns about anything from an operational standpoint, you know, please don't go through the council to do that. I mean, we pride ourselves on having an open door policy, and so you know, we would encourage you to come to us. If you've got questions about things that are going on or concerned about something, please don't go through the council, because honestly, what could happen there is it could take several weeks before the next council meeting.
Absolutely.
Before it gets addressed and things can fester and it could be a
Right.
problem. And so,
Right.
you know, we have learned over the 18 years that I've been here that that's not the best way to handle that kind of
Right.
situation. The best thing is, and we hope that you all feel comfortable enough, call us, you know, come to us. If you don't feel comfortable talking to Lisa and I, then call, you know, Chaplain Ken here if you need to. But, you know, we've got a huge staff, and I would encourage you to do that, by the way. But we got a huge team here, and all of our department heads are very open to being able to be approached. So please, if you've got questions, approach one of the leadership team here and let us help you. It's not really fair to the council members to be put in the middle, is really what ends up happening.
Right.
They get put in the middle with a resident who may have a concern.
Right.
And then having to be able to be.
They really can't resolve it, because
Yeah,
we
they
still
can't.
have
They
to
still
be the
bring it to
ones.
us, and then we end up
Right,
resolving it.
right.
So why go through that exercise
Right.
when it'd be just easier just to come to us?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I thought it was too. Okay, next one. Will we go back to using the buzzers in the bistro? It was nice to be able to get the buzzer and go sit down in the bistro while I waited for my food. So that is definitely a good question. I was talking to Antoinette today down in the bistro, and yes, we are working at going back to that system.
Good.
So we feel we're almost to that time to do it, so
And I
be
think-
watching for that.
Yeah, and just the reason why that was pulled, honestly, was just because of the handling.
It's the touch.
of-
Yeah.
So, but, you know,
Yeah.
we can clean those up now, and
Yep.
It'd be
Yep.
easy enough to make.
And now
that
that most have been vaccinated,
Yeah,
it's just a
it's
different.
not as huge a deal.
Right.
So, and that was a great system that we had. We're gonna go back.
Absolutely. Do I have to wear my mask if I am outside? And so, like we said before, per CDC and Governor Cooper, if you're outdoors, you would not have to wear that if you've been vaccinated. They did say that word, vaccinated, so just want to point that out. I see places hiring everywhere. Is River Landing having any problems finding new staff members? So
geez.
that was also a great question.
Yeah, how many hours do we have to start talking about that? So, yeah, I mean.
It's a different day.
It's the labor market has gotten really challenging.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking to council about this yesterday. Our human resources director saw a sign that somebody was paying people $25 to come in for an interview at a
That was
place.
McDonald's.
This is how desperate people are to get
Yeah.
staff, and we're no exception to that. You know, we're doing well in some areas, but every time we take 2 steps forward with getting staff members, we take 3 steps back, or it seems like we do. And so it's a constant battle, and it's, unfortunately, and I'm not trying to be political in any way, but with the stimulus package and the unemployment for North Carolina, people get paid more to be at home than they do to come to work. And that is killing not just our industry and getting people, it's everywhere. If you look everywhere, restaurants, anywhere that they have more entry-level type people, you're really having a hard time getting them. So we have seen the wages artificially start coming up now because you're having to pay more to try and get the same people. And so it's become a real challenge for us. So if you've got folks that you think might be interested in coming to River Landing, please encourage them to come. Just let me give you an example. We'll put an ad out for a certain position. We'll get 10 people to respond to it by letting us know they're interested. We'll call them, get a hold of 6, invite them to come in for an interview. We'll get 3 that'll come in for an interview. We'll have 2 that we actually hire and 1 that will show up. I mean, that is how it is working these days. You can't get them on the phone. You can't get them to come in. By any chance, if we have somebody walk into our community and say they're interested in the job, we don't let them out until we hire them.
It's all hands on deck.
It is really that way.
Yep.
And, especially on some of the positions, the nursing positions in particular, CNAs, LPNs, RNs, the market is just crazy. So we're hurrying to get our CNA class. You all that have been here a while know that we had a CNA class that we were starting back before COVID. We got into our 3rd class. We were really going to town on that before COVID hit. So we're trying to get our CNA class going again because that could be a feeder for our program here, which would be great. And we're just doing our best to try and hire staff members to kind of come in and fill positions. So please, be really nice to the staff because we don't want to give them any excuse to leave us at this point because we really need them at this point. So
If you know of some great people, send them our way, too.
yeah, we would love to have that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Will we ever have a shuttle bus to take us to the clubhouse from the main building for meals? So when we first opened the clubhouse, and we were still under our soft opening,
Yes.
that was our plan, for sure, to have a shuttle service. And then COVID hit, we took that away because we couldn't ride in buses together and
Right.
all that good stuff. So yes, we are starting to prepare for that day where we're going to offer the shuttle service.
Okay.
So just know it's coming soon, so just be watching for that. We will publicize it when we have that up and running.
Yeah, and this is mainly for the apartment residents
It
here.
is, the main
getting up,
building.
Because it's
Yep.
a good little hill to climb to have to
It
walk
is,
up
it
there.
is.
And obviously the residents here don't have golf carts to be able to
That's
scoot
right,
around in.
that's right.
So,
And some don't have cars anymore.
yeah.
So I get that.
That was the reason why the shuttle was set up. to begin
Absolutely.
with.
And
Well-
most need designated drivers to get back anyway, so.
Well, there's a benefit to that. That's true. That's true.
As long as it's not Bubba Bob that's driving the we're okay.
Yeah, you don't, run for your life.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Whew.
Without having to do remembrances, we had a lot of stuff talked about
Yeah, we
today.
I'm
do.
glad we didn't have statistics.
I'm glad we didn't either. So, this was the fun part for me, was being able to sit back and start thinking about, 100 shows. And we've done a lot of shows and, be honest with you, some kind of melt into other ones and you just don't think about them. But I think all 3 of us have a show that was special to us, something that we remembered. And so I think, Ken, you're going to go first,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you remember early on the toilet paper shortage, and we did some toilet
Yes.
paper stuff, and I think it was Barbara Harris.
It was.
That gave us some information on toilet paper.
It was toilet paper facts.
Yes, because, I was not up on toilet paper history.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, and so that was one of my favorite segments, and I
That
think
was a good one.
I think we're gonna see that now.
So with our
Okay.
executive producer, I think she's going to try and show us this clip. So
Okay.
hopefully we're going to get a chance
Everything
to see
you
it.
wanted to know about toilet paper, but were afraid to ask.
These were early on months.
Yes, this is
right?
early.
Okay. Sure.
That's all right. So
Yes.
there's a little bit of trickery that has to be done to get the
Yep.
to
So
get it
give her a
transferred
minute
over.
here.
Our associate producer's not here today, so.
Yes.
Our
So she's
producer's
having to
having
do it all.
Yeah.
But our
Yeah.
executive producer has this. She's got this. I know
She
she
does.
So we're going to be good here. So, but
Oh, click the Google icon at the bottom. It should open
Google.
up. The-
not coming through onto the screen. All right, well,
It was a really good clip.
oh, did I see it come up over there?
It's changing over there, something, nope.
Well, maybe we won't be able to
Maybe we
show
won't
the
see it.
clips.
It was some great stuff about toilet paper.
It was.
Like,
You
like
were saying.
the things that we had
You know
to
what?
use before
Well,
we.
she's trying to pull that up.
Yeah.
Maybe we do the trip. Okay, she's got it.
Okay, oh,
Ah,
Hold on just a second so I can unmute.
Perfect.
yes.
And we look a little younger.
I forgot it.
Yeah.
So, and this is provided by Barbara Harris, so thank you, Barbara, for giving this to us. So it's just some fun facts about toilet paper.
Okay, well, I'm
Okay.
excited. I know Ken's very excited
I
about
am
fun
very
facts.
Okay, you ready? And I'm sure you might have some comments on these, so that's okay.
Okay,
Just chime in. The first one, the first recorded use of toilet paper was in 6th century China.
China. Okay.
Interesting, China. Second one, packaged toilet paper wasn't sold in the United States until 1857.
1857.
That's because it grew on a corn cob before that.
There's some truth
There
to
is some
that, I
truth
think.
to that.
So,
Yes,
yes.
yes. Now this one I found very interesting and never really thought of this. It wasn't until 1935 that a manufacturer was able to promise splinter-free toilet
Oh.
paper. Who thought?
I deeply prefer that, by the way.
I think we're happy they discovered a way to do that.
Nothing like
So-
having splinters in your toilet paper.
Because the other kind just wiped you out.
Yeah, oh,
Oh.
man. That was a crappy response, Ken. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's pull it back here. Americans use an average of 8.6 sheets of toilet paper per trip to the bathroom.
So how do you use a .6 sheet?
I don't know.
Very carefully.
I don't know.
Oh.
This one's really interesting too. 70 to 75% of the world still doesn't use toilet paper because it is too expensive or there is not sufficient plumbing.
Wow,
70 to 75%.
that's amazing.
This
It doesn't
is the origin
seem-
of hand washing.
Yeah, for sure, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep. Okay. In 1973, Johnny Carson caused a toilet paper shortage. He said as a joke that there was a shortage, which there wasn't, until everyone believed him and ran out to buy up the supply. It took 3 weeks for some stores to get more stock.
Wow.
Reminds me of today, but ours is a true.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And it's a lot more than just toilet paper, too.
Well, it is. You're right. Now, I think a lot of you know that I was born and raised in Wisconsin, but I did not know this fact. There was a toilet paper museum in Wisconsin, the Madison Museum of Bathroom Tissue, but it closed in 2000.
Oh, bummer.
One of my favorite.
I never,
Yeah.
born and raised there, never heard of it. In 1996, President Clinton passed a toilet paper tax of 6 cents per roll, which is still in effect today.
Oh, wow.
Obama tried to triple that, but the House wouldn't pass it.
Okay.
So the
But-
more you go to the bathroom,
Crazy.
the more you're supporting your government.
There you go.
I-
That's
yeah,
one way to
that's
look
a
at
positive way to look at it. That's great. Okay.
it. Is that how
let's
you're going
see.
to roll with this, huh?
So I'm going to roll with it.
Oh, now Tom, I think you were mentioning this one.
Oh, okay.
If you hang your toilet paper so you can pull it from the bottom,
Yeah.
you're considered more intelligent
Ah.
than someone who pulls it from the top.
Wow.
Wonder how this was determined.
I don't know. It's a good question. Not sure I want to know how it was determined.
I don't either. Okay, let's see. One last one.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. This is other things that were used before toilet paper.
Oh, boy. Here we go, Ken. I bet corn cobs are on there. What do you want to bet?
I bet so.
Okay, the first one. Hay. Hay
Hay.
was used.
Hey?
Hay.
Hey?
Uh-huh, hay.
Hey, what are
Hey.
you doing in there for so long?
The next one is corn cobs.
Corn cob.
Corn
Cobs are
cobs.
right,
Ding,
Ken.
ding.
Corn cobs.
Not sure about this one. Sticks?
Well, you know, if you're out in nature and you don't have anything else, sticks and leaves, right?
I guess. Stones?
Oh,
Sticks and stones can break my
hiney bone.
bones.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this next one's just this next one's
Is
just
that how the
weird.
Rolling Stones got their name?
Oh my gosh.
Well, that Rolling Stone will gather no moss, I can tell you that.
This is going downhill.
Okay, it is.
Okay.
Rolling Stone.
Okay. Okay, next one. Sand. How do you use sand for toilet paper?
True grit. Grit. Oh, my.
I've heard of sandblasters before, but that's... Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're getting a cross the neck kind of thing from our.
Now remember, this came from Barbara Harris. This wasn't from Tom or I. So
Thank you, Barbara.
you're giving us a lot of amusement today. So
Well, if our
Oh,
show
Michelle.
isn't canceled after today, then it won't ever be canceled.
All right. Boy, that's some
I think we're
memory.
getting a little punchy. By Thursday, it's getting a little rough.
Almost make sure
the
what I
next
had
one-
to mention. That
was.
Oh yeah, we got a couple more.
we've had other memories, though, too.
We have. So one of my
No.
favorite memories
fruit
was
peels.
when Wiz Horner
I
interviewed
like that.
our
orange
president,
scent.
Tim Webster. And that was a great interview they had. And I think it was Tim Weber. He was referring to
Yeah.
him as.
Tim Weber. Yeah.
Was he
Yes.
interviewing him, or was it at some sort of, I don't remember, was it a survey thing? What was it? that
Something,
he-
yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was more, well,
I don't know what it was.
Quiz was in character, some character. I don't
he
know.
was.
who
He
was supposed to
was.
be,
So
but
hopefully we could pull
was-
up that clip.
he gave Tim all he could
Well,
handle.
when you're by the
Yes.
He
seashore.
did, but Tim, he was giving it back a little
And the
bit
last
too.
one,
So
broken
I didn't
pottery.
give Tim any real notice
And
when
it
he
says,
was on the
"Ouch."
show about what was going to happen. So
he really didn't know what to
no,
expect.
he didn't. But he was suspicious.
Okay.
Okay, that gave us our laugh for the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here it comes.
here it
I
comes.
think
That was rough.
we've made enough comments.
Okay, a
have
couple
a lot of
questions and observations. How tall are you, sir?
That was rough.
6 foot.
Okay.
6 foot.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Is
Where do
it
we go from
true
there?
what
How
they
about birthdays
say
for the
about
day?
Okay,
tall men?
birthdays of the day. Celebrating today is Carol Mazzapelli,
You got two
Phyllis
going at the same time.
Insinius,
Okay.
and James.
What might that be?
If you don't know the answer, it's probably not true.
Okay. Check that box.
Check it. I understand from some of your employees that in the past, when they've had snowstorms here, that you've come over and actually shoveled snow. Is
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I do what I can to help.
Huh. Is
I
it
lead by example.
also true that the last time you did that, after about an hour, you said you had a back problem and filed for disability and took 2 weeks off?
The last part's not true. I might have had a back problem.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
you,
yeah.
You did not file
I'm
for
aging
disability.
too.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. Right before my eyes.
Yeah. That's true.
Yes,
That's true.
I see that you went to college up in the mountains there at Applesauce State. Is that right? Applesauce State?
Now, this has gone too far now. You've really crossed the line.
It's not applesauce.
No, sir. And it's not Appalachian.
Oh, that's the name of the mountains, though.
No, it's not Appalachian. Let's get that right now.
Well, where did applesauce come from?
That's your penmanship there. I'm trying to remain humble and
See, that was a trick question because most people would say applesauce comes from apples,
oh,
and
yes.
you missed that.
Yeah. And I'm the CIO.
Yeah, you're in the union?
No, sir. No.
Oh,
No.
okay. A baseball fan, I understand. Chicago?
Yes. Go Cubs.
Go Cubs?
Yes. Not the other team. Oh.
I'm a White Sox fan myself, but
Oh. I'm sorry.
your wrong answer will not
Oh.
in any way impact what I put in the report.
Oh.
You live in Randytown in Asheville, I understand.
Richard Petty country.
Yes.
Yes.
That's nice country there.
Yeah.
I believe you're married.
Yes, sir. I am. I'm fortunate.
You're fortunate.
Yeah.
I spoke to a lady who said she was your wife last week, so I'm assuming that you answered that correctly.
What number did you call?
Took me 3 times.
Okay.
Do you have any regrets in that marriage?
Oh, no, sir. You have to ask her if she does, but...
Well, funny you should mention that.
Oh.
But it's good to know that only one of you has regrets. So that's good. And you have a dog, I understand, named Marcia?
Macy.
Macy.
Yes.
What kind of dog is that, sir?
A Shih Tzu.
Hmm?
A Shih Tzu.
Got to be careful with that, don't you?
Yes, you do. You don't want to get a little tongue-tied on that one.
No, you don't. An observation, if I may.
Sure.
Last Saturday night, about midnight, I was rummaging around through your office. And incidentally, do you have any security over there?
River Landing Security.
You might want to talk to Mr. Honeycakes about that.
Honeycakes.
It took me 30 seconds.
That was awesome. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. You know, I have to tell you, I paid for that for months after that.
You're still paying for it, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I am.
Did.
Oh.
So I know we're getting close to the end of time here, but
Yes.
there's one more memory that I had that actually happened the week before Tim came on, which is the reason why Tim was so suspicious, because we had Marisa Ray on our show, and Ken and I decided to do, Marisa is married to a High Point police officer, and he's a longtime detective with the police office for the High Point Police Department. And so Ken and I decided to do the top 10 reasons that you would want to be married to a police officer, right, Ken?
Yep,
And so,
yep.
and Marisa had no idea that this was going to happen, right? And so I think we've got that clip as well that we're going to show here in a second. But
Yep.
it was her expressions.
Yeah,
was
she had to fan a few
She had
times.
to
She
fan a few
did, she
times.
did.
And,
Yep.
and here it is. So we'll show it to you.
His name is Kevin, and he is a captain with the High Point Police Department.
Yes.
And works in the evenings. So we always have interesting dining room conversations, of course. But I think he has about 4 more years before retirement until he goes on to his second career, whatever that may be. But yeah, he definitely keeps us on our toes. We have to behave most of the time.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Well,
I love it.
I think it's very coincidental. You're not going to believe this, but typically on Fridays we do a top 10.
Oh,
And so today our top 10 is top 10 reasons to be married to a police officer.
you're
What a
kidding.
No, what are the chances of that happening?
Wow, I'm
crazy.
surprised it's not top 20.
Well, I think we only have a half hour, which we're way over on already.
I'm sure there's
so-
more than 10, but
But are you ready for the top 10 reasons to be
I'm
married to
ready.
a police officer?
I'm ready.
You've already said one. Top 10. The number 10. Dinner table stories are never boring.
It's true.
Isn't that a true
Absolutely
statement?
true,
Yeah, I
yes.
bet it is. Number 9. We never run out of donuts.
is that true?
So I know we have a time limit here,
Okay.
but I do have a story. I know you're shocked, but I have a story. When I was dating my husband, I said to him, there's this thing about cops and donuts.
Yeah.
Is that at all true?
Yeah.
He said, no. He said, I will tell you, I have never been in a Krispy Kreme in uniform. I said, okay. And so one night it was cold, and he gave me his jacket, and I stuck my hand in the pocket, and I felt something in there, and I took my hand out. It was a big pile of Krispy Kreme napkins.
No.
No, it wasn't his uniform jacket, but I'm like, no donuts, huh? Anyway.
I love it.
I love it.
I don't know.
Okay, so number 8. Now you can tell us if this happens with you. If our restaurant food is bland,
Okay.
he always has some pepper spray handy.
That's a good one. You're going to send these to me later, right? That's a good one. Yeah.
Number 7. He is really good at sweeping the house.
Oh, well, depends on what kind of sweep you're requesting. Yes.
Sweeping for bugs.
Number 6. He is very good undercover.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Thank you, Lisa.
No comment on that one.
I was getting ready to say no comment. Wow.
Number 5. We got 5 more still. We haven't gotten to the good ones yet.
I mean, I just don't.
Look at, she's already getting hot.
Is this sand working appropriately?
Number 5.
Okay.
He is really good at Pictionary because he's quick on the draw.
Okay, that
Yeah?
could be true. Yeah,
a good one.
not so much in our house, but I can see that.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 4. A man in uniform is just plain sexy.
Well, he's pretty irresistible.
I'm
so,
sure he is.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. All right. Again, this is the top 10 reasons to be married to a police officer. Number 3. He knows I'll never exercise my right to remain silent.
You resemble that remark.
Is no comment appropriate again? I don't know.
All right, the number 2 reason why it's good to be married to a police officer is when I do something bad, he usually lets me go with a warning.
Oh, well, it might be sternly worded, but maybe, yes.
All right, are you ready?
The top
The
reason.
top
Top
reason
reason.
to be married to a police officer. Are you sure you're ready?
I don't know.
Get your fan ready.
He has handcuffs and he knows how to use them.
Wow. So who came up with the top 10 list?
Well, I won't say who came up with those top 10, but I'd be glad to give you a copy of that. I'm sure.
Please.
I'm sure.
Okay, that was great.
She was a good sport about
Yes,
it.
she
was
was.
a good sport.
She was. And
And
three
I know
great
that
clips.
immediately after she left here, she went right up to Tim Webster's office and told him everything that happened. And then I think she called her husband right on the way
She
up to the
did.
corporate office. And
I'm
then,
surprised you're not in jail.
well, yeah, I know, I'm surprised too. Although I will tell you that we had started putting the shows on YouTube at that point. And so they were able to find the show and he watched, apparently but she told me that he watched it 3 or 4 times. He
Yeah.
thought it was hysterical.
And he loved it.
Oh, yeah, he
Yeah.
loved it. So
Yeah.
Kevin's a good guy,
Yeah.
thankfully. He's a good guy. He took it well. Well,
Alrighty.
we are run over our show a little bit here, but those were great memories.
Yeah.
I mean, we were sitting around going, wow, 100 shows.
And how do you pick?
Yeah, we could have done
memories, so
100
we could-
minutes for a...
Yeah.
I'm sure we could have.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had other things that we could have
Yep.
and would have
Yeah,
done.
because
but
we had a
knew
lot
that
of
was
great
always-
guests throughout the year too.
We really
so,
have. We've had
yeah.
some good fun.
We have.
And it's been good information, it's been good fun, and hopefully, if nothing else, it's been a little bit of a distraction for our residents here to learn a little bit about what's going on and to to kind of get away from, of course, a lot of this was happening during the heart of the COVID stuff, and so, there was a lot of people watching that just because there wasn't really much else
Wasn't
to
anything
do,
to
right?
do.
I mean,
Yep.
so, you know how desperate it has
I mean-
to be for them to watch us on this show. And so, but, I think we have really gotten the chance to enjoy doing the show. I mean, the 3 of us now have been doing this for a year, and we've had great guests, we've had a lot of fun, given away a lot of wine and a lot of beers,
Yes,
and,
yes.
we've just had a good time with it, so, I don't think we're gonna get another 100 in, at least I hope not.
I don't think so.
But we've had residents tell us that even when we completely come out of COVID, which I hope for all of our sakes that that's someday soon, that we thought it might be worth kind of doing the show, maybe even if it was just a monthly basis, it might be good to do the show and it's a good way to
give
communicate with the
updates.
residents and just kind of keep people informed, and so
Right.
we're kind of getting there. We've been slowly kind of
Every other week.
reducing the number of shows. We're at 2 a
right.
month now. We're doing
Right,
it every other
right.
week. And so, eventually we're going to get to just once a month. But I know we're not done yet. I was just about ready to say goodbye, but we
know.
got to announce the trivia winner
Yes,
today.
and this is
So,
the big prize for the number 63 raffle ticket.
Yes.
And the winner is, it's 2 people, it's a couple today.
They only
Jim-
get 1 ticket.
They only get 1 ticket, 1 ticket. Jim and Helen Kalaki.
Oh, very good.
So, very excited for them. They
Yeah.
can,
And what was the answer?
oh, yes. Yes, I got so caught up in the ticket. Okay, the question was, what year was the first raffle held in the United States? The first raffle was held in Virginia in 1612. So,
Yeah, who would've guessed, right?
I know,
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy, 1612. So, very exciting.
So Lisa, we didn't do birthdays today, so if you've had a birthday, we're sorry that we didn't get a chance to
Right.
announce it. But I think in our next show, we're gonna teleprompt. They're gonna teleprompt
Maybe, I was gonna
all the
say, it-
birthdays, and maybe we just do a monthly birthday thing.
yeah,
you know,
once we
kind of
start
thing.
getting down to every other week and once a month, it's
Yeah.
too many names to be reading. So I see some shakes of heads here, so.
Yeah, so if you've had a
So
birthday
we'll work on that.
or an
Well, you can just
anniversary-
skip it and not count it.
Well, there you go. I'm sure that,
Oh.
I
just
know I
wouldn't
wouldn't
count
mind
it.
doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So I'm sure others would do the
Okay.
same, so.
Just stay the same age forever. Okay.
So, Ken, do you have any final parting thoughts?
Y'all come tonight.
Come see Bubba Bob.
And pray for us.
Yeah. Pray for the rest of us that are up on the stage with Bubba Bob.
Yep.
It should be fun tonight.
Should be a
I'm
lot of
looking
fun.
forward to it.
Yeah. Nice to be able to be back in person,
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
the event.
And we want to
so.
thank our five, well,
Yeah,
Neil's gone. We have our
6,
5
yep.
studio participants today for being here. We appreciate you putting up with us today. And our executive producer, Michelle, great job. Way to get those clips up. We
Yep,
appreciate that. Good
absolutely.
job. She's our rock.
She is.
We wouldn't be able to come down here at 2 minutes to 3 if it
Nope.
wasn't for her.
Nope.
So,
Oh,
thanks, Ken. Ken sent the videos
it's
up.
shake and bake and I helped. Yeah.
There you go. I like it. Well, as we always do, we just tell you how much we love you all, how much we appreciate you being part of the family here at River Landing, and hope to see you tonight. But if not tonight, hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a great evening.
Clear.